Hello again, hello again. Greetings. Hope everyone is well. Hope you're all safe and hydrated, and hope that you're getting through the day the best way that you can. Um, Lots of days are not good days. Lots of days are just days that you wish would just pass as quick as you can turn a page. But I hope everybody's okay and I hope you're well. And I mean that. And I always try, well, for the most part, I always try to open with that. Um, I'm going to talk about some pop culture things that are happening um, regarding um, the housewives, the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Currently, there's a situation, a family situation involving, the family members. And, well, I'm not going to speak upon it because other people are speaking upon it. But I just want to say this to everyone who's sharing these reports. Um, don't be so harsh and so cruel about other people. Yes, you don't have to like them, you don't have to agree with them. You could despise them as if they've, taken your firstborn, or as if they have confiscated all of your life assets. But that's not the case, people. That's not the case. They're human beings. They're human beings. Do I agree with what I see on television? No, but it's television and it's editing. I would just say to everyone, be mindful and be respectful about what you are saying about other people. Be mindful and be respectful of what you are saying about other people, because they are real people. They are not actors given a script. The only script that they have been given is the contracts that they unfortunately have gotten themselves involved in. So again, be kind with your commentary. Be kind with your commentary, because, you know, people saying really, really nasty, vile things about this family. And you know what? Don't do that. Don't do that. Yes, have I spoken foully about my in-laws? Yeah, because I had a conflict with these people. That was stuff that had happened, which was illegal. But because I was so, in such a distressed state after the loss of my husband, I didn't pursue it in a timely manner. Yes, were things transferred illegally? Yes, they were. $50,000 was the maximum. $50,000 was the maximum for any assets that were to be transferred. The courts know this. The the husband son knows this, but you know what? Karma also knows it. So that's that. Like I said about that situation, I got involved. Uh, I was Rosemary's Baby, lied to from the beginning, lied to from the beginning, and then I assumed the role of Edith, like Archie Bunker's wife, Edith. Okay, Archie, anything you want, Archie. Yeah, because, well, whatever. I had a brain fart for like about 15 years. What can I say? I'm human. But anyway, besides all that, karma knows, and karma always remembers. But other than that, now speaking about the Real Housewives of New Jersey, the current situation involving Teresa Giudice and her daughter and her husband, just be kind. I mean, listen, I had said, and I wrote it in a text to a few of the housewives, and I think I even sent it to Teresa on Instagram. I said I had a premonition. I had a premonition that the police were called to this woman's house and it involved her husband. I said that in a text a number of years ago. Something about that situation just sparked something in me to say, well, things don't look too kosher right here. Things just do not look like they're on the up and up. And well, here you have it. Whatever happened, I hope everything works out. But I had a vision, I had an awake vision that police were called to her house, and look at this now. This happened. So people who have the third eye, people who foresee things, uh, it's a scary, scary thing, you know. To well, it's not scary. It's just it's a reality for some people. But yeah, yeah. I just hope that this. You know, I pray for the family. I hope that they work out their differences. Um, wow, that is so bananas. So bananas. I also had premonitions about the housewives on Atlanta. Mm-hmm. About a few of them. About stuff happening with them that ended up happening. So, my advice to content creators, and just for good measure, just, you know, listen, if you want to despise these people, knock yourself out. You know, if you want to have venom towards them as if, like I said, they stole your firstborn or they confiscated all your assets, knock yourself out. But they're genuine people. They're not actors playing a role. They were not handed a script. Again, the only script that they were handed was a contract that now that they have involved themselves into this craziness, you know. But just be mindful and be kind, because, you know, obviously there's a lot of struggle going on. Do we all have struggles and battles? Hell to the yeah. I mean, I'm dealing now with my brother who's in a bad situation, hoping for the best. And it's very, it's overwhelming. I had to get myself together. Yeah, that this is an overwhelming. And for anybody who you have family, yeah, if people have family, check on your family. I hope and pray for the best for him. It's just a heartbreaking thing to see. And I believe what he's experiencing, it was because of the effing medicine that was taken, given to him by the VA. The same way last year, I was waking up every morning for about 3 months. My entire upper torso was drenched, like as if I took a shower in my sleep. My whole body, all, and then I had gotten a notice, a letter from the prescription, the plan that I have, that there was a recall on the medicine, batch number, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. Not thinking about it, not making the connection, but that freaking medicine threw my body off and put my blood pressure up to 175 over like 90, 175 over like 95. Yeah, and yeah, 3 times in the emergency room, 3 times. So yeah, um, anybody taking medicine, make sure that the medicine that you're taking, the batches that you're given, make sure that there's no recall on it. And if you can use an alternative method to alleviate and correct your condition, go for the alternative. You know, go for the vitamins, go for the nutrients. You know, but a lot of people, they don't they don't have they don't have the funds to do stuff like that. It all comes down to a money game. This whole freaking society, this whole society. That's why I am, for people who support MAGA, knock yourself out. You see how MAGA America's not, right? America, yeah. It's not great again. And this deal that he signed, well, he got played. He got played. And, well, here you have it. Because he knew that if he didn't come to some type of an agreement that, the economy was about to tank. The economy has already tanked, and it's going to take a long time for the residuals to come back up. Anybody who knows anything about macroeconomics and microeconomics, you'll understand what I'm talking about, you know? It's like if you have a significant loss for a short period of time, that short period of time with the loss is not going to be able to make you recoup what your losses are. It may have just been 4 months, but within 4 months, the number of the monetary value that you've lost, say in your investment, your portfolio, your 401k, that loss is always going to be in the negative. It's not going to come back. So, yeah, so much for making America great again. And was Kamala any better? No, she was getting money from APAC also. But one thing, Kamala, we would have not had this disastrous economy. We would have not had all these expenses from tariffs, with everything gone up, and we would have not been in an unnecessary illegal war with Iran. All right, that's for damn sure. That would have not happened. Yeah, people. I just hope everybody just, like I said in other videos, you're doing frivolous spending, cut back your spending, cut back your spending. Um, yeah, buy, want. You know what? Check yourself, check your reality, because the crap that you're buying and spending money on, unless you need it for sustainability, don't buy it. Don't buy it, I don't know. People don't have a clue. They really don't have a clue. But then again, it's our society. People, mortgages, loans will give out mortgages to people, $600,000, $700,000 loan mortgage, when the family only has an income of like $85,000 or something like that. How does that make sense? How does that make freaking sense? You know who it makes sense for? It makes sense for the bankers. It makes sense for the note holders, because they know in a matter of time, people will, due to economic hardship and changes in the economy, people will end up where they default. And then what happens when they default? Well, we all know the rest of that, how that story goes, you know? But, oh well, people can't, I don't know. I'm not an economist, but I know how to manage and maintain, and a lot of people, like I said, they live way above their means, and well, there you have it. Well, look at our country. Look at this disgusting UFC fight that was on the White House lawn. How vile was that? How vile was that? Sodom and Gomorrah vile. That's how vile it is. It was, you know. But anyway, yeah, just be kind. Be kind to these people. Because there's a lot of well, apparently there's a lot of stuff happening, and it's a real family. It's not cast members on a TV show. It's not like what do you call it? Like, say, Knots Landing or some drama. That's just something that popped into my head. Or what was the other one? Another show. Paint and Place. That's from way back, way, way, way back. But they're real people. They're real people. And the network has a lot to do with how these shows are when once they edit them, because they know that they're breaking up families, they know that they're causing harm to families, and yet in I don't know, these people, it's like, you're going to sell your soul for a paycheck. You're going to sell your soul for a paycheck, and then you're going to have to, you and your family are going to have to deal with all the consequences from content creators and how people perceive your situation. Is it worth it? Hell to the no. Hell to the no. You know what? I don't know. The sale of your soul and the loss of your mental clarity, is that worth it? To me, it's not. Absolutely not. Nope. Nope. Just like I was contacted by this company, Blue Foxes, and I signed a contract and I canceled it. I told them I'm canceling because I didn't give an audio recording. And how the contract read was that they would have owned the rights to my story for 70 years. 70 years. So I'm 66. 66 plus 70, 137 years from, yeah, right. So before you sign off to do any kind of business, you think like, oh yeah, well, I could do this and get the story. Produce your own story. Produce your own story. You know what? This way, nobody has the right to anything that is about your life. Only you. Only you. But other than that, I hope everybody is great, and I hope you're all doing good. And be kind. Be kind to people. Today, tomorrow, nobody's guaranteed tomorrow, and there's no guarantee that the people in your life are going to be there. And um, when you're being so condescending and so evil, talking about people that have not done anything to you, you're just using it as a platform. You got to check yourself. You got to really show humility. That's the best advice I could give people. Show humility. Oh, you hear these people talking, and it's like, oh my God, like, freaking back it up. Put the brakes on that BS. Put the brakes on it. Unless your name is Muhammad, you came down from the mountain, or you're Jesus Christ. You don't have jack shit to say about other people. You really, really don't. They've done something to you on a personal level, then you can express your disdain and how you dislike them and how you just But if they're just people that are on a show, I mean, just back it up, chill out, chill out. God don't like ugly, so unless somebody's done something to you on an actual level, just mind your tongue, mind what you're saying, you know. I just wish that family luck. I do. And like I said, I had premonitions. I even sent it in text that I had a vision that the police would call to that woman's house. And look at that. Look at that. When you're a very spiritual person and you have the gift, like I said in other videos, you can walk into a room and you could read people. You can know what's going on, not even having anything to deal with them, not even whatever, like maybe you've seen somebody on a YouTube channel or whatever. When you have the gift, you just know. You just know. You know? But other than that, I hope everybody has a great day. Stay safe, stay well, be kind to people. For those who haven't been kind to you, well, you know what? The karma boomerang, it swings very hard. It swings really hard, and it doesn't stop its motion, you know? Like in black culture, there's the chicken foot. It's actually sentaria. But the chicken foot digs up the truth. The chicken foot digs up the truth. You understand? So for people that haven't been right, the truth gets out. It gets exposed, and then they got to live with the consequences. None of us are perfect. Every single one of us have done things that we should not have done. Just remember that. Remember that. But if you're about being like, getting over on people and doing stuff for your own benefit with no regard, well, you're a shitbag. You're in the shitbag category. Spell shitbag. Shitbag. Use in a sentence. A shitbag is somebody who does things to people with zero regard, but karma comes back and bites them very hard. Oh, that rhymes. Look at that. Look at that. Anyway, the poet, and I know it, the third eye observatory goddess knows it. Yeah, that's wild. That is so crazy. Even as a little kid, as a child, I told my mother of the house that we were moving to, and I told her the side of the street that the house was on. I told her the number of bedrooms, and I told her the color of the uniforms that we were going to be wearing. Everything was accurate. My mother would look at me like, oh my God, I have a possessed child. How did she get here? Who is she? My mother was the same way. My mother knew things that were going on in my life. I didn't even have to tell her. And she would say, I know what you're doing, and I don't like it. Cut the shit. Cut it out. I'd be like, huh? Don't harm me. I know what you're doing. I don't like it. Knock it off. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, she knows. She knows. Yep. Anyway, my four-legged childrens are calling me. My little pooches. I'll be back, everybody. Stay safe and well. Be careful out there. And remember, be kind. Be kind. Till next time. Bye.